Hello, everyone. I'm just going to make a quick review. I want to get in on what's happening with Nikki. I can't never say her last name. Nikki Mignon. Nikki Mignon. I feel so embarrassed. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Now, it's some people's name I just cannot pronounce. And I never did like her as a singer. I didn't like none of her songs. I can't think of one song that she made that I liked. Not one. No. And everybody got their opinion on why she went to um, this Turning Point USA. And then first they started talking about, see how they eased her in? First, uh, the Ethiopians, Christians being murdered. So she got up at the UN, okay? First, why would they put her at the UN? Well, see, some kind of international things going on. And then they put her on national TV with this Kirk woman. And then you could tell she had to stop from throwing up when she said that President Trump was a handsome guy that we could look up to or something like that. You could tell that the throw up was about to come up, but she had to hold it down. Now, we've always had people that no matter what color you are, what religion you is, you're gonna have traitors in every race of people. So I don't know why we get all upset and want to start talking about these people and calling them coons and all this stuff when they just being who they are. And the reason why they are the way they are is because we wanted to be like them. And some people take it a whole nother level. You know, we should have stayed separated. We wouldn't have all these problems. But, and I'm not belittling anybody for what they stand for and what they've done because every little bit helps. We fought to have civil rights, better schools, and all that stuff. But one must ask, why did we have to fight to have all that? Now, this woman, she done went as far as to say that it's self hate. They don't ever say that about a white person that's backing black people or speaking up for black people it's never self hate. Why do it have to be self hate when we do it?
tried really hard not to speak ill of other black
You
women.
didn't try that hard.
But for this heifer, I'm going to make an exception. Because really, does she even consider herself to be a black woman? I'm not really sure she does. So, let's get into it. Nicki Minaj shows up at the Turning Point Convention of Racists this past weekend. I tell you, I'm trying to get my Asian TikTok Part 2 video done, but people keep doing dumb shit on the internet that I have to respond to. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about Nicki Minaj. Now here's the thing. Yes, she was born in Trinidad, yet another one. My people are from Tobago, and people from Trinidad and Tobago know this already. We are not the same. I'm going to say that again. We are not the same.
Okay, I'm stuck right there. We have been programmed to think that way. Of course, we was made different. It's only one type of human being, and that's a human being. You have different human beings. And of course, we're not the same. Duh. Okay. When people say that, it's like, okay, we know that. Tell me something I don't know.
And I'm not claiming that heifer. I'm going to say that again. We are not the same, and I'm not claiming that heifer. I was born in the United States of America, yes. My parents are from Tobago. I love Trinidad and Tobago. But let's be very clear again. Some of these people over there, some of these people come over here from the islands, not just Trinidad, all of them. They get a little money, and immediately they think they're better than Black Americans. They're happy to cosplay Black American.
Okay. Some of them get over here and get a little money. You could be from here and get a little money and still think that you're better than other people. That's anybody. Anywhere. Family members get a little money and they think they're better than you, even though you came out the same womb. But they think they're better than you because you don't have it like that. You don't have the money. You don't have the prestige. You don't have the fame. Tell us something we don't know.
Culture. And to build their careers off of Black American culture. But they don't have any real allegiance. And you have to know these people when you see them. I've never been a fan of Nicki Minaj because I saw her for what she was a long time ago. She reminds me of those kinds of people. She and her prime minister who's up there licking the occupants and regions. For what reasons, I do not know. And I am not wiping all people from Trinidad with the brush of Nicki Minaj or their prime minister. I'm not doing that. But those who know, know. You know who is what and what is who. That's why when I found out the ex-coach from the University of Michigan had a parent or parents from Trinidad, it provided some context for me into his behavior. I lived on the island of Trinidad for 5 years. My sister reminded me that it was not 7, it was 5. There are all kinds of different people there. Some of them are Stokely Carmichael Trinidadians, if you know, you know. And some of them are Nicki Minaj Trinidadians, if you know, you know. And you need to be very careful with the Nicki Minaj variety.
Nicki Minaj. Okay.
We don't play about
Nicki Minaj. If I hear somebody say it, then I can say it.
I got it honestly. I got it from my family. I'm Black. I'm proud. And I don't play about those things. Now, that doesn't mean all of them are that way. Trinidad.
Okay. 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 I'm gonna put my 2 cents in it. That. Now we've had ever since that Trump train came down that escalator. People been lining up to put all of this is a marketing tool. Everything associated with him is a marketing tool to make some cash or get some special treatment. That's it. Now, a lot of people, white and black, would not associate with him. for nothing. It's not enough money or a privilege to associate themselves with that man. Okay? We have seen people backtrack from calling him everything nasty of under the sun, and now they is kissing him. Now, you're going to still associate yourself with this man, even though he's been associated with pedophilia, rape, fraud, criminal felonies. You still want to get up on stage and say what you said. That's your prerogative. We have nothing to do with that. Nothing. Because it's been going on. We have bigger fish to fry than that. We have neighborhoods that are crumbling as we speak. We have kids dying in the streets. And we worried about Nikki Minaj? Minaj? That's stupid. What she say, what we need to be doing is concentrating on protecting our children. I'm trying to find where she was saying that about Trump. Um, you know, yeah. Let me see. Not too many people is. Okay, not. I heard it once, but it's hard to find. Cause see, you know what? We found out that here in America, you have money, you can get stuff covered up real easily. Let me see.
He has, I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys and to win and to do it with your head held high. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to the channel.
Okay.
And in today's episode, you are seeing that Nikki Minaj goes on to speak to Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, at a Turning Point USA event today. And she addresses backlash. They said, like, I know coming on here, you're going to get a lot of backlash. This is what Erica Kirk said. And Nick Minaj says, I didn't notice. I literally tell them to stay mad because we're going to stay joyful and peaceful and iconic and smart. I don't know if smart would be the word I would use. And we're going to stay thinkers in the world that doesn't want us to think. We will think by ourselves on our own. We will continue to think. Actually, Nikki, I think you're not thinking. I think you need to start to think. I think the reason why you keep saying think is because your brain is trying to rewire and telling you certain governor in the
Okay, that is not what I was looking for.
anything that's happening with the Epstein files right now, there's no heart in that. There's no soul in that. Like, what are you talking about? That is wrong. I call it a collaboration. J.D. Vance, the vice president, and Nicki Minaj. We felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty. If we felt like that as Black women, why would we want to do that to other women? I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty. don't know what the hell she's talking about, do you? The hell is she? As real as.
Not concerned about her car.
Okay. I am really. This is taken away from what this is taking away what we should be talking about. And it's so many people in on it. You don't know really who is in on it. You really don't even know who's black anymore because we already know that you have white people. They've been doing that for centuries. Um, Getting blackface. So a lot of these people up here acting like they black, they really white with pretend to be black. And the same way it is with um, advertisement. When you see these advertisements for these cultural clothes um, that's geared towards black people, you have to wonder: is this black owned? Is these black people? We know we know most likely it's not black people that's really making the stuff. This is where we mess up at. We buy these clothes that are made in China and sold by white people to black people. The same ones that are devising um, our death, our destruction. And we giving them money to do it. That's why I say all the smart people is too old to do anything about it. All the smart people could, all they could do is just sit back and watch it fall because there's too much going on. You know, with this internet, you can't contain. You can't contain the disturbance, the fraud, the brainwash. You can't contain it because it's everywhere. What we need to be as black people talking about education, cleaning up our streets, making our kids feel safe, helping parents raise their kids, giving them proper nutrition. That's what we need to be talking about. But no, we're talking about Trump, Nikki, Snoop Dogg, and Brian Daniels, and all these other people that are taken away, that are in on our destruction. Talking about them is not helping us. Now, when she got up there at the UN, talking about Trump,
You are getting a lot of backlash from your own industry. What is your reaction?
what you mean? What you mean industry? We she tell what she's saying. We just industry. We're not people.
I didn't notice. Amen. I feel the same way. do you think about them? I'm like, I don't think about them.
Bingo. We don't even think about them.
We don't have time to. We're too busy building, right?
Yeah, we're the cool kids.
Okay.
The other people, they're the ones who are still just disgruntled, but really they're just disgruntled with themselves. They are angry with themselves, you guys. So you can't wake up and think about somebody who is
Wow. Called him
What do you
dashing.
think about for young men? For young men.
And for young men, don't be new scum. Yes. See, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
Trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. What do you think about for young men?
Okay. Okay. There it is. There it is. Oops, there it is. Oops, there it is. She said, our handsome, dashing president. Wow. Now, the reason why she said that, the reason why she had to say that is it was in her contract. Because she wants black people, as they're doing now, to talk about this, to be upset with themselves. That's why she brought it up. The first comment that she made about they are disgruntled with themselves. No, they want people to feel like they have no control. That the people that they look up for will turn their back on them. And they think that people, especially the younger ones, 30, 40, are going to be so angry that they are going to go out and do something stupid. And they're going to keep them always talking about something but what we need to be talking about. It's a trick. It's a trap. And we fall for it every time. The smart people, I'm talking about the smart people with plenty of followers. See, I don't have that many followers. I don't have really none, really. Maybe one or two, I don't know. But when you have a big audience, and this is what you spending all your time talking about, the people that's following you is taken away from them to be thinking about education, security, nutrition, healthy living, and getting rid of these corner stores out of our neighborhoods, cleaning up our neighborhoods. That's why when you go to some of these neighborhoods in some of these big cities, they look like war zones because we too busy talking about Trump and Nikki and Snoop and Brian Daniels and all those other people that are in it for themselves. Listen to this.
Dear young men, You have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. They're young men.
See, you could tell she had to force herself to say it, for one thing, because there's no way in the world he's never been handsome or dashing. He's been a criminal all his life. He come from a dad being a KKK, his mom and dad being a KKK. And see, this is and we need to be worried about who they're gonna use next and get ahead of it. But see, we don't have nobody fighting for us. We don't have nobody in high places to keep an eye on this stuff and get ahead of it.
You're the safety net for everybody else. Everybody else.
So
anytime they call your phone, you picking up.
Yeah, so it's all over the place. It's all over the place. People getting in on it. People going to get a lot of followers. You know. So the smartest thing that we could do as a people, don't talk about it. I mean, or just say, yeah, I heard that she was on Turning Point USA. Bam, that's it. You don't need no explanation. That's it. That's explanatory right there. But I just wanted to really say that we coming up all these reasons, all these opinions of why she did that. We all know why she did it. Like everybody else that surrounds themselves with them. Money, privilege, brownie points, in favor. And like most people will be saying, well, we already knew what kind of person she was. We already peeped her whole card. We didn't like her. Okay, let it be. Another month, people gonna stop talking about it, and then they're gonna bring in somebody else for them to talk about. Instead of talking about education, security, keeping our kids safe, and better communities and better homes, instead of that. Peace out.